got to go play Pittsburgh on Saturday. So we're focused on that one, but big win nonetheless. Now moving to the 4 o'clock window, we saw the Cardinals beat the Patriots 30-17. It was a big win for Arizona. As you know, the Patriots aren't having the best year, but nonetheless, big win at home for Arizona. And they needed to show that they can still win some games at home. They've struggled recently, so big win for the Cardinals. Next up, we saw the Buccaneers defeat the Chargers 40-17, as this was a huge game for Baker Mayfield. We saw Baker Mayfield for the Buccaneers throw 4 touchdowns. Again, this guy is completely underrated. A lot of people forgot about him over the years, kind of wrote him off, but Baker's kind of shown why he still can be a very good quarterback in this league when he's surrounded by the right pieces. Again, speaking of his pieces, Mike Evans, I believe, is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the history of the NFL. My guy's, I think it's his 12th year. He's put up 1,000 yards every single season he's been in the NFL. This guy's Hall of Famer, no question. Again, Mike Evans having a huge year again for the Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, but Mike Evans, a huge underrated guy in my opinion. We also saw the Broncos defeat the Colts 31-17, and this game was kind of defined by Jonathan Taylor, unfortunately for the Colts. Had a huge fumble in the third quarter, which would have put the Colts up, I believe, 20-13 at that point, but he fumbled at the goal line. He was about to have a 40-yard touchdown run, but he fumbled at the inch line at the goal line. So ended up being a touchback for the Colts, and the Broncos were able to score off of that. And for the Colts, it kind of sucked all the momentum out of the game for them because they didn't really do much after that. So tough loss for the Colts, as their season is most likely over, as their spot in the wild card will probably be taken by Denver. But again, tough break for the Colts in that one. We also saw the Steelers lose to the Eagles 27-13, as the Eagles are showing again why they could very well be the best team in the NFC. Pittsburgh has got a tough schedule coming up. You know, they got us next week, and then they got Kansas City on Christmas. So, you know, tough week for Pittsburgh. But again, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts kind of silenced the critics. They've had a tough week, you know, hearing a lot of noise, people talking about them, you know, all the drama going on. But nonetheless, big win for the Eagles, you know, kind of get back on their track. I think they've won now 10 games in a row, which is something to look out for Philly. So good win for them. Arguably, people had this game as the potential game of the day yesterday, the Bills against the Lions. We saw the Bills defeat the Lions 48-42. As, again, Josh Allen showing why him and Lamar are, in my opinion, the two favorites for MVP. He had 4 touchdowns. This guy looks completely unstoppable. He made one of the best defenses in the NFL look kind of, you know, he made him look bad yesterday. He put up a lot of numbers against them. Again, the Lions, they made a questionable call. Dan Campbell, this guy's known for taking risks. He went for an onside kick when they were down 10 with about, I believe it was still like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So kind of questionable. The Bills ended up almost scoring on that onside kick attempt, and then ended up, you know, going up by even more points. So, you know, tough loss to Detroit. They've only lost 2 games this season. So again, not much for them to worry about. Again, they're playing an AFC team, but again, Detroit will have to kind of rethink this one. But again, big win for Buffalo, as again, Josh Allen has kind of shown why he is the MVP favorite. And then tonight, actually one more game last night, we saw the Packers defeat the Seahawks 30-13, a big win for the Packers. Again, I think they are a sleeper team in the NFC. You know, everyone's talking about the Lions and the Eagles. I think the Packers are a team to watch in the NFC. Again, Jordan Love's a great quarterback. 2 touchdowns again for Jordan Love, my fantasy guy. Anyway, and then tonight we have 2 games on Monday Night Football tonight. First up, we got the Bears at the Vikings. I think this will be a big game for Sam Darnold again. You know, the Bears have had a rough season, of divisional game in Minnesota on primetime. I think the Vikings will have a big win for them. The offense might kind of go off against the Bears defense, but we'll see. I'm picking Minnesota. And then we have the Falcons at the Raiders. Interesting game here. You know, the Raiders are starting, I believe, Desmond Ridder going against his former team here with Atlanta. I'm going to take the Falcons in this game. I think they need a bounce back. You know, we've seen Kirk Cousins struggle a lot recently, you know, throwing a lot of interceptions. But anyway, I'm taking the Falcons.